It's Vinland Saga Day. What is up, everyone? Welcome back. Metronomian, King Nova, and everybody else who is going to be watching the VOD. Project Omnia, hello. Back for that Peakland Saga? Yes, sir. New opening and new ending. That's all I know. That's all I know. Studio Mappa obviously released like an opening video on YouTube. I didn't watch that obviously, but you know, at least I know that there's gonna be like a new opening. This score, which again, like I said, it's kind of sad that we're not gonna be watching that good first core opening again. But hey, new opening, you know, we shall see. We shall see. Christian, hello, hi. Ooh, core one was great. That's all I can say. Core one of Vinland Saga season 2 was phenomenal. It was great. I love how, again, like just a bit of a recap before we before I watch the start of the second core. But like I love how, I absolutely love Thorfinn's character development. Obviously, right? The new farm setting is I think it's genius because again, like Vinland Saga season 1, we venture around England, right? We venture around England, then we go to Wales, right? It's an actual adventure and exploration, right? And where we go from one point to the next. Season 2, we're kind of just focusing on this single place, which thematically speaking works perfectly because season 2 is also dealing with, finding your own place in the world and also finding a place that you can call your home, right? The farm is essentially Einar and Thorfinn's new home for now, right? You can argue that it's also a prison because they're slaves, but point being, this is their home. This is their place. This is where they interact with other people. This is where they live. And it's also the place that they have to protect because good old King Canute right here coming in, about to ruin their parade. Oh, man. New opening directed by wait, what? No. Wait a minute. I did not know this. I did not know this. What do you mean? What do you mean? New opening directed by Tetsuro Araki? Are you serious? Are you serious? See, now you're gassing me. Now I'm more hyped to see the opening and see what. I mean, obviously, Tetsuro Araki, right? The king of making things that shouldn't be dramatic. So I'm looking for maybe something that is, I don't know. I mean that I'm not gonna give any I'm not gonna have any expectations, but like, oh, that's. See, if nobody told me that it was directed by Araki, I would like, oh yeah, okay, new opening. I mean, I like the first opening a lot, like the first opening of the second season, but Survive Set the Prophet is also, dude. I don't know anything about the opening except for the fact that we are getting a new opening. So you guys just telling me that Tetsuro Araki is directing the opening, Survive Set the Prophet is back for the song is like news to me. You know what? Let's just jump into the reaction. Hopefully all of you guys have the episode ready because we are gonna be watching it right now. If you're watching this VOD and you're seeing like and you don't like timer-based reactions, don't worry. Full picture-in-picture version will be in the description below. Give it a couple of hours after the VOD is finished because I need to edit that out first. But for those for everybody else, timer-based reaction. You sync it up with the timer. It's gonna be a 5-second countdown. Once it hits 0, I press play, you press play. We should all be in sync. Okay. Just making sure that I'm not actually recording the audio of the episode. I am not. Good. Am I recording the episode itself? Yes, I am. Good. Okay. Vinland Saga, Season 2, Episode 13. Countdown starts now. Oh, 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 oh. Leaf? Dark clouds. Yeah, this tapestry. Mmm. The farm and everything. War. War coming in, bringing chaos and destruction. Oh my god, that dude does not have. Oh. This is quite the cold open, that's for sure. I cannot quite make up who that is. Definitely a slave. Hmm. A change in power, in hierarchy. Buddy, you are not going to live. Yeah, you just sold your life. A snake? The etchings in the on the sword? The cross. Get her. Arnheid? Oh, that shot though. Beautiful. We just introduced a new character just in the second half of the show. Okay, okay, okay. Ooh. Butterflies? Red and blue. Love that helmet. Olmar? Thorgil? That few seconds of fight animation was really good. The depths, the clips. Oh, wow. Ooh. Thor's on the other side of the river, right? The afterlife. But it's not a river, it's the sea. What to do after you're free. Yeah, exactly. Love the music playing. It's very calm, which will be in contrast with like what's to come. Oh wow, just like in episode 2, right, when both of them were walking side by side. How times have changed. Hmm. But the person in the beginning isn't Einar, is it? Like the opening is actually in the future? It doesn't sound like him though, but I don't know. Uh oh. Hopefully nothing bad happens to Spherical. He knows. He knows. Oh no. Okay. Hmm. Kind of paralleling how Vikings want to die, right? Die in the battlefield. The farm is his battlefield, right? Let her cook. Let her cook. Shit, it's making me hungry. Spherical his face. Is it just me, or is Arnheid just slightly more beautiful today? His pride. I love this family. I'm loving this. Just, I love this. Like, they've been here for quite a long while. Laughing with one another, just good vibes. Just good vibes. Which will make Canute's eventual arrival far more hurtful. Because they're emotionally manipulating me to feel happy in order for me to feel sad once shit hits the fan. Hmm. Don't disturb them, Thorfinn. Just let them have their moment. And it's the fact that they are focusing on Arnheid a lot. The person in the beginning was searching for Arnheid. Yeah, Thorfinn knows that this is the place where Einar belongs. Or at least she is the place where Einar wants to be with. It's this dude again. Hmm. Okay. More external factors coming into play, right? The external conflict. Yeah. We're not halfway, are we? We kind of are halfway. Groups of 3. Oh, I love that. Jeez. These two will at least die. They're just getting louder and louder. Oh my god. Any second now. Any second now. Oh, nice match cut. Love that. Thorfinn in the shadows. Hands. Hmm. Ah. Okay. He's not really a Christian, but yeah. Yeah, and this is gonna tie back to Canute. Mm-hmm. Love thy neighbor. Yeah, Thorfinn has a specific reaction to that line. Oh, gray skies. Not a good sign. That's old age. Hmm. Asking the real questions here. Really? Really, Snake? Is that all? That just shows that Snake has a far more personal relationship with Sparkle that he doesn't want other people to know about. Dude. It's coming. He is coming. She knows. She knows. Great shot composition. Don't, don't end the. This curse, I can take it. Arnade focus? Arnade Anar focus, ED. Thorfinn? To find a place where I belong. Is that supposed to be Vinland? Alright, pausing the episode because pretty sure this is gonna be the episode preview. Wow! Wow, 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 wowee, wow, 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 too many wows. Good episode. like, no surprise there. But wow, just wow. So like, I this this is how you do conflict, right? This is how you do conflict, right? As if the Canute external conflict is not enough. No, because again, like that is the external conflict, right? That is the conflict that the characters are forced to, that happen, um, it's the conflict that the characters that doesn't have a a strong connection with. Not saying that there is no connection. No, there definitely is, right? But ultimately, it's like a giant nation, a giant like if you take out Canute out of the picture, right? Like let's say it's just another king or whatever. Like still, right? It's the external conflict that that just so happens to come there, and the characters need to handle it, and adapt to it, right? But then you add the personal conflict, the inner conflict, the conflict that Einar is now having to face, because now not only is he not just Einar, but like Arnheid as well. But not only is Einar having he has to face the conflict that Arnheid is not for him. Arnheid has a husband, so unless the husband's dead, but I'm ooh Nah, I gotta oh having trouble just talking about it, but man, it's so good. It's so good. Oh man. Serious doubts about Arnheid making it to the end of this arc alive. Okay. That is yeah, the dev flags are certainly waving for Arnheid. Let me see if I can just find a shot of Arnheid to okay. Yes, Arnheid's dev flag is definitely waving. Not a lot though. Not a lot. It's not enough for me to say, oh yeah, she's totally gonna die. Nope. Einar and Thorfinn, 100%. I think they're gonna be fine by the end of this episode, right? Because I feel like those two are the main characters of Vinland Saga. Thorfinn, the main character, and Einar is gonna be like the secondary main character, right? The one who's gonna be following Thorfinn and his adventure, right? The best bro, right? Arnheid. I feel like more than anything, what was his name? Gargar. Hang on, let me mute this. Gardar. I think Gardar has a higher chance of dying than Arnheid. I would say Arnheid could serve as the, I wouldn't say main character, but for this specific arc, she could serve as the main, the third main character, right? I mean, it's the classic, we got our two male characters and then we got our one female characters. It's the trio that just works every single time, right? It's the trio, right? We got Thorfinn, we got Einar, and then we got Arnheid. That's like the main trio for every story ever, right? It's always that. So I would say Arnheid, not discounting the possibility that Arnheid could die, but it's more like, I don't know, because Arnheid is tied with Einar's character and his development, so her death could be character development for Einar, but at the same time, I feel like, I don't know, I think it's a bit too bleak. I feel like since this season focuses a lot on achieving freedom, right? We've been circling around this theme of freedom and, you know, becoming your own person, right? All of these characters, right? These three main characters that we are following so far, Einar, Thorfinn, Arnheid, they all three of them revolves around this theme a lot, especially Arnheid in this specific episode. This is the episode that establishes, you know, Arnheid's character, her role in the story, and the potential developments that she can have. So, I don't know. Is it wrong for me to think that Vinland Saga Season 2 will end on a slightly happy note? Optimistic, not a happy one, yes, but like, I don't know. An optimistic ending would have all three of those characters alive and go their separate ways. Or two alive and them having to deal with the death of the other. Well, if I mean that is the other likely outcome, but at this point it's clear that the two that will probably be alive is going to be Thorfinn and Einar, because we've established Einar's importance in the character a lot, and we know that Einar is going to be alive because Einar's the one who's telling us this story of the farmland arc, right? That is how that is the premise of the first episode of the season, right? When Einar was telling us a story, right? This is the story of how I and Thorfinn met, right? So clearly Einar is going to be alive by the end of this, right? He's the one who's telling us this story, right? At least this farm story. But I mean, right now we're still just discussing about the possibility of whether or not Arnheid will be alive or not. I think there's a 75% chance that Arnheid will be alive by the end of this. Obviously, that percentage will rise or will degrade depending on the development of the season. Gardar 100% will die. So, like his husband, I'm sorry, he's such a badass, but he's gonna die. Gardar 100% is gonna die. He is literally the obstacle between Arnheid and Einar. Like, bro needs to go. Bro needs to go. And let's say hypothetically, if Gardar dies, if Gardar dies, then it presents this window for Einar, right, to be with Arnheid, but it also sets up this this kind of bad feeling, like, oh, like his husband just died. Do I really want to go in? You know what I mean? Like it's that guilty feeling of immediately taking somebody's wife after their death. Like no, that doesn't feel right, right? And that presents conflict, right? That presents conflict for Einar, and I think that's perfect. Gardar, 100%. Once again, I'm sorry, dude. Gardar, you look awesome. You look sweet. You look badass. You did kill like this dude's whole family, but to be fair, this dude seemed like a piece of shit. So it's not really justified. But I think having Arnheid alive by the end of this could also present like the choice for her. So it's not just a choice for Einar, but it's also a choice for Arnheid on whether or not on which path she wants to go. If Arnheid does die by the end of this, then Einar is just gonna be down in the dumps, which like I don't know, like I feel like we've already set up his character through the loss of his family right at the start. To have him lost Arnheid by the end of the show, while it mirrors Thorfinn's story of losing his dad at the start and then losing Ashkelon at the end, I don't know. Shit. Now I'm at 50%. Fuck. Fuck. He didn't flip when he found out she's banging the master, because you think that Einar has his intentions are far more pure. Yeah, but it's I mean, that's just, I just see that as a more mature, he's being mature. He's being way more mature than people give him credit for. I mean, like, again, given the circumstances that, one, she is a slave, so it's kind of like she doesn't really have any choice about it, does she? Right? It's like Einar knows this, right? She pretty much knows that everybody here just, they're not free. Like, nobody here is acting on their own free will, especially Arnheid, right? She's being controlled. She's being, bossed around, being told to do this and do that. Like it's common. It's a common thing. Not saying that is just because it's common it's good, but it's like something that needs to put into a lot of consideration when discussing about like Einar's view and perspective of Arnheid. God damn this episode. Like, just one single episode and immediately the audience's attachment to this single character just jump from like maybe 25 to 100. Like, ooh boy. When I was watching this scene in the beginning, I mentioned Leaf. I thought this was like Native American tapestry, but no, it's not. It's got that Viking, Danish, northern feel to it. But I do love the symbolism that, yes, war is coming and war will bring fire and chaos, right? Fire, literally. Canute, right? That's Canute's whole spiel in the first act, right? He's gonna light a fire, Look at what happens if I go with my own way, right? I can literally set fire across your entire nation if I want to. So yeah, interesting sword that he has. The motif. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah, this motif of like a snake. I think it's a snake, but you know I could be talking out of my ass. This poor lady, dude. Like this poor lady. Goddamn. Great shot. Opening time, which okay, let's. I'll try not to look into it too much, otherwise there's I don't know. I'm just worried that that I might come across something that may be spoilers, but at the same time it's all out of context, so I'm sure it's fine. Bird, freedom, freedom, bird. Thorfinn waking up and then the cutting back and forth between Thorfinn and the what do you call this? The stick figure. Oh, wait a minute. This was for a practice, for let me see if I can find it. But there was a shot of them just shooting arrows at it, so it's probably for target practice. Prefer the previous opening and ending songs though. I will agree with that. I enjoyed the first I enjoyed season 2's first opening song and animation maybe more. But again, like I think the visuals and the opening can have something to be, you know, have something that we can find. Wait a minute, interesting. That's not the same one, is it? Pretty sure it's a different one. I think it's a different one, but the butterfly though, the butterfly imagery is what is kind of throwing me out of the loop. Like what does it mean? What does it mean? Red and blue obviously signifying the different sides. Oh. Hang on, let me see Snake again. Okay, Snake's the lighting in Snake stays relatively the same, but the lighting on Einar changed from red to blue. A change in character, a change in perception, a change in perspective, ideology. As of course, Arnheid right in the back, right? Because he's thinking of her. Arnheid cuts to this. I'm assuming that this is Gardar, and this is supposed to be their child, son, daughter, I don't know. Green and red. So we got red, we got blue, now we got green. Green for Canute. There it is again. Butterfly, Love that helmet though. The butterfly covering Canute. And then we have that figure before, and that figure is covered in flowers, right? So we can, so the figure can be a lot of characters, right? It can be Thorfinn, it can be Einar, it can be Canute. Flowers blooming. And butterflies taking advantage of it. That, I'm pretty sure, is that the dagger? Because it's very short. It's not a sword. Oh my god. The mountain of corpses. We are going to fucking war. That snake and the squad, everybody else. Holy shit balls. And the animation in a specific fight in a specific scene like after this was really good. The figure gets stabbed, which at this point we've established to either be Einar, Thorfinn, Canute. Figure gets stabbed, immediately cuts to Arnheid, immediately cuts to Gardar having a freak attack. Is that Gardar? Almar praying. I don't want to fight no more, dude. This was a mistake. Pray to God. Ask for his forgiveness. Pretty sure. Is this meant to symbolize baptism? Olmar praying. The water being poured down. Cuts to blood. Thorgil. I don't know who that is. Arnheid, and again, presumably their child. Oh no! He's covered in bandages. So like, I mean, to be fair, we've kind of pretty much established that he's probably gonna die, or maybe he's not gonna die. Maybe they're gonna do a flipperoonie and the turntables, and it turns out that Gardar is actually gonna be alive, and Arnheid is actually gonna die, and Arnheid's death is going to lead Gardar to fucking war. I don't know, but that is a possibility. That is a possibility. Since now I know that this is directed by Tetsuro Araki, I'm just getting Death Note vibes with this imagery. like if you know, you know. Like there's a scene in the opening of Death Note that's kind of similar to this. I mean, Gardar looks fucking hot, not gonna lie. Like, he's a handsome boy. And their son, who's, I'm assuming, is dead. Oh, great shot. Animated on ones. Boom, 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 boom. I don't think I'm gonna go back and look at that. snake just oh man, I love this. I love this. I really hope that we get this. I really hope that this is actually in an episode and we just get the extended version of this, because this honestly looks really fucking sick. Like the zooming in and zooming out just reminds me a bit of the fight in 300 with Leonidas, where the camera just zooms in and out, obviously with less slow-mo, but ooh, just wouldn't even be surprised if they were actually inspired by that. And now Thorfinn is the one who's well, also the corpses. We talked about this, right? We talked about this during the episode, right? Is Thorfinn actually gonna be... Is Thorfinn not gonna do violence? It's the it's like the it's the matter of like the degree of said violence and the purpose of said violence, right? Is it for self-defense? Is it actually killing people? Is it just hurting people? Is it for a good cause? Is it not? Like, there's so many questions and there's so many like philosophical debates that we can have about this. But ultimately, this is the biggest challenge for Thorfinn, right? The biggest challenge for Einar, as mentioned before, is dealing with the Ornhate situation. The biggest challenge for Thorfinn is whether or not he is going to uphold that the promise and the oath that he took, right, of swearing off violence entirely, because now violence is coming towards him. What is he gonna do? Being dragged down into the abyss. Love some of the colors that they are using here. Like, it pops and it's very saturated, right? The orange and the yellow, the purple and the red as well. Yeah, Thorfinn is looking at war. He doesn't want this, but he's forced upon it. So what is he gonna do? Clutches his fists. The stick figure again. All of the dead people. Wait a minute, who is this? Who this? Who this? Who this? It's not blonde enough to be Arnheid, I think. But the way this person is dressed makes me think that this is a female character. Could be wrong, but first assumptions, right? I don't know. They're hiding it, which is good, because it's making me question things. It could be a random person. It could be like, you know, a civilian who's being affected by the war. But I don't know. I don't know. Lots of makeshift graves, yeah, and the fact that there are piles of dirt here means that, you know, all of this is probably new. Or there are like new graves being dug, right? Gardar. I'm surprised that Gardar got a lot more attention in the opening than Canute. Because honestly, I thought Canute was going to be like the main, like, opposing force in the second core, right? Because we've been setting up Canute in the first act, but then all of a sudden Gardar just shows up out of nowhere and he's like, nope, I'm the badass here. Give me back my wife. Huh. Does the stick figure represent Thorfinn's readiness to sacrifice himself to save the many? The stick figure can represent a lot of characters because of how much it's being paired with each character from the opening. But yes, it can totally represent Thorfinn's readiness to sacrifice himself to save the many. Okay, the figure falls. Out comes the butterfly, and it falls in this whatever this place is, which is where the blood was dropped, right? Are these actually butterflies or moths? And I can't even tell. But I'm just gonna say butterfly because that's the usual symbolism. And then it cuts back to Thorfinn. The figure could represent Thorfinn's past, or not his past, but his old self that is still within him, right? Because he is currently in the process of in the process of becoming a new person, right? To be reborn, right? And the figure could also again like represent Thorfinn's but this goes against his oath though. It could represent him returning back to his animalistic side, if you will, for one last time to defend his home. And once all of that is said and done, it dies for good. Reborn into butterflies. Into peaceful creatures, if you will. Opens his eyes, realizes. And now he's here. He's not down in the nightmarish place that he was before, but no, he is in a place that is way more calm, a place where where his father Thors is waiting on the other side. This is the path that he took, the path that Thors took. But it's on the other side of the sea. His final destination awaits on the other side of the sea. Vinland, if you will. Then, of course, paired that with the ending sequence, where it ends with Thorfinn going towards this place. Because if you look at this place, right? If you look at this island, this patch of land, I think it's the same place. I think the ending uses a lot of animation that will be used in the episode, though, just like the ending for, the first ending for season 2, right? Because most, if not all of the shots in that ending was then used in an episode of Vinland Saga in an episode or two. So I'm sure most of these we will see these images again in a future episode. I mean, heck, we've already seen this image before. We've also seen like a lot of these images from this episode already. So, yeah. Love the parallels from episode 2. How far they've come. Snake really caring for Spherical. Seeing this happy family of the owner and their slaves. Well, soon to be free slaves, except for Arnheid, who will forever be a slave unless Kettle takes care of his mental problems. I love this. I love this dynamic. These characters. Surprised to see like Snake heavy, acting this way. I mean, surprised by saying that when we were first introduced to Snake, yes, he was kind to Thorfinn and Einar, but I wasn't expecting him to stay that way up until this point, right? The fact that he still kind of see eye to eye with both of these people, with all of them, right, including Arnheid, right, and not treating them as harsh as the retainers do. I'm surprised. I am actually surprised. His relationship with Spherical is a mystery, though, but it is something that I mentioned in the reaction, right? It is something that is truly personal that he does not want to share with other people. It's that personal to him. This scene was straight up goofy. like what is going on here? I mean, I love the scene, but at the same time, I'm like, these people, these fucking idiots, really? And then, of course, the religious theme of the show once again coming into play. Thorfinn is not a Christian, but he is listening on. And it's one of those things where, like Christianity and I guess most religions in general, right? I mean, all strive to achieve peace differently, right? Which is kind of ironic considering their, religion's quest for peace will always end up leading to war, right? Oh, we are here in the name of God. We are here to bring peace to your lands. Let's start a crusade. Let's start a jihad. So thematically speaking, it just works. It just works for Vinland Saga. It just works. Spherical obviously listening to this because he's just trying to find, any inkling of hope and peace in his, in his dying time. Good stuff. Good stuff. My earphones keep popping off. That is annoying. Okay. I think that's pretty much it for my discussion for Vinland Saga Season 2, Episode 13. Man, what a fantastic episode. Once again. Who could have guessed? Another banger Vinland Saga episode. Yeah. Yeah, this is great. This is great. This is great because now I am unsure where the second half is gonna go. Right? Because before this episode, it was the simple I would say, initial prediction that, oh, the next arc we're obviously going to be focusing on Canute and his arrival to, to Kettle's farm, right? Because that is what we are being set up, right? But now we have this wild card, Gardar. And that presents something, that is unpredictable, right? The Canute stuff, to me, is, again, we can see it coming, right? He is actually coming, right? We're just waiting. We're just waiting for Canute to finally reach this land, whenever that may be. Anytime now, Canute. Anytime. But in the meanwhile, we have another conflict that we need to resolve fast, ASAP, before the real conflict begins. Because if this is not resolved, and then Canute comes in, it's just gonna be chaos. And Thorfinn is gonna be right in the middle of it, and he needs to figure out what he has to do. If the butterflies represent the souls of the dead, I think I can understand the meaning of the opening images. The souls of the dead. The souls of the dead. Huh. Interesting. It would actually make a lot of sense, though. Like the dead clinging on to them, right? And if that was the case, and if that is the if we are looking at from that angle, then this moment, this shot where I initially said that this could symbolize Thorfinn letting go of his old self and releasing his new self, being reborn, right? The butterflies coming out of the burning body to become something new, something peaceful. This could also represent letting those souls be free, right? Like the burden is gone. Because it's like a curse, right? These dead souls have always been clinging on Thorfinn this entire time, right? Dragging him down, right? Because of their anger towards Thorfinn, right? And Thorfinn is asking for forgiveness. That was the thing that he was asking for them in, what was it, episode 9, right? Forgive me. I'm sorry. I don't know who you were. I don't know your names. I'm sorry that I took your lives, right? Did I watch the new Giguk video of his interview? I've only seen like the first couple of minutes. And then I just saw some clips and snippets. I do find it funny that that the author thought that Ashklat was kawaii. I was like, okay. Anyways, once again, the second core off to a fantastic start. Definitely a direction that I was not expecting, but a direction that I think will entice me more. It's a little bit of spice, It's that unpredictability. Gardar is the unpredictable aspect of the second core that I don't know where he's gonna go, and what the story is gonna, where the direction of the story is gonna go because of him. Because it presents new conflict not only for Arnheit but also for Einar. It also presents a new conflict for the farm itself, an internal conflict within the farm that needs to be resolved before the external conflict comes. Because if the external conflict comes when the internal conflict is currently undergoing, then it's just gonna cause a lot more problems, and we don't want that. Gardar is basically a ticking time bomb, right? We need to set it off before the other time bomb comes in. Oh man, great episode. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Thank you all so much for watching this. reaction with me. Thank you to every single one of you who were who come in to the stream and discuss and talk about this episode with me, and to all of you who want to talk more, then let me know in the comment section down below. Yes, I do know that the opening is directed by Tetsuro Araki. We talked about it in the beginning of the episode. Anyways, where was I? Oh yeah, we're ending the stream. we're going for a bit too long here. Anyways, thank you all so much. See you all next time. Take care. Have a nice day. See you all next week.